My friend, pay close attention, because a bomb dropped on Philadelphia this morning, and I had to get here before everyone else. Adam Schefter, the most trusted reporter in all of the NFL, just released information that is going to make every Eagles fan stop and take a deep breath. A $96 million contract, with $84 million guaranteed, may be on its way out the door. And look at what Schefter wrote. A trade is now considered likely, not possible, not backroom speculation, likely, and the date you need to mark on your calendar right now, June 1st, 2026. I'm going to show you the exact number that is holding this trade up right now, the quiet move Howie Roseman already made behind the scenes that practically confirms the departure, and why the pick the Patriots have in their hands is probably not enough to get this deal done. But first, if you are a die-hard Eagles fan, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now, because when this trade goes through, you are going to want to have already understood everything that is at stake. We are talking about A.J. Brown, the 28-year-old wide receiver who became one of the biggest stars of the Philadelphia Eagles since arriving from Tennessee in 2022. Schefter reported today that the Eagles remain open to a trade and that the New England Patriots are still highly interested in acquiring. Sources told him that the Patriots will definitely engage in negotiations with the Eagles about Brown as soon as the right moment arrives. And the reporter's conclusion was straightforward. A trade to New England is now considered likely. This is no longer backroom rumor, my friend. This is very close to an official confirmation. To understand the full weight of this story, we need to go back to the beginning. A.J. Brown was selected in the second round of the 2019 NFL Draft by the Tennessee Titans. From early on, it was clear we were looking at something special. Physically imposing, fast, with hands that never drop anything, and a rare ability to win one-on-one matchups against any cornerback in the league. In Tennessee, Brown put together increasingly strong seasons and earned the respect of the entire NFL. He was not just a talented receiver, he was a game-changing player that no defensive coordinator ever wants to have to cover. In 2022, the Titans made a decision that shocked the football world. They traded Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a first-round pick and a third-round pick. That was a massive return, and the Eagles knew exactly what they were getting. Almost immediately after the trade, Brown signed a 4-year, $100 million extension with $57 million guaranteed. But Howie Roseman did not stop there. Over time, the Eagles locked in another deal. A 3-year, $96 million extension with an incredible $84 million guaranteed. That was an unmistakable declaration that A.J. Brown was at the center of Philadelphia's championship project. The organization bet everything on him. And on the field, he delivered. In the 2025 season, Brown played 15 games, 78 receptions on 121 targets, 1,003 yards and 7 touchdowns. Consistent numbers from an elite receiver in a season where the Eagles went deep into the playoffs. So why, my friend, would the organization be open to a trade right now? What changed inside the Jefferson Health Training Complex? The answer comes down to 2 factors. A relationship between Brown and the organization that gradually wore down over time, and a strategic window that Roseman identified on the NFL's financial calendar. And here is the element that explains the specific interest from the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel, New England's head coach, was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans during A.J. Brown's best years there. The two have a strong personal relationship built on mutual trust. For a receiver looking for a fresh start, going back to work with a coach who believed in him from the very beginning makes all the sense in the world. And for Vrabel, bringing Brown to New England would send an immediate signal to the entire league that the Patriots are back in business. Now let's talk about the direct impact on the Eagles, because this is where the story gets more complicated for Philadelphia fans. If the trade goes through, Devonta Smith takes over as Jalen Hurts' #1 receiver. Smith is under contract through 2028 and has been growing steadily. In 2025, he actually outperformed Brown in both receptions and receiving yards. He has everything it takes to lead this offense effectively. But the real question that needs to be asked is, who is below Smith in this group? Who steps up as the #2? The Eagles moved aggressively this offseason to make sure they were not left exposed. They brought in Dontavian Wicks from the Green Bay Packers, a 24-year-old who arrives with the trust of new offensive coordinator Sean Mannion, someone he already worked with in Green Bay. The cost was a 2026 fifth-round pick and a 2027 sixth-rounder, and the Eagles also extended Wicks for 1 more year at $12.5 million. He would be the natural candidate for the #2 wide receiver role, but he needs to make a production jump that his career has not shown yet. In 3 NFL seasons, his best performance was 581 yards as a rookie. In 2025, he posted 332 yards and 2 touchdowns. You see the gap, my friend? We are talking about replacing 1,003 yards and 7 touchdowns with a young receiver who still needs to prove himself as a starter. The Eagles also signed Hollywood Brown, the former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver, to a 1-year, $6.5 million deal to bring speed to the group. Elijah Moore came in as another depth piece. All of this offseason movement shows that Roseman is building volume, not quality equivalent to Brown's. And that collection of moves, as Schefter himself suggested, is another sign that Philadelphia is already operating in post-Brown mode. The organization would not be investing this heavily in depth receivers if it were not getting ready to lose its star. That is the quiet move that confirms everything, my friend. Roseman's actions are already saying what the words have not said yet. Now let's get to the financial side, because this is where you find the exact number that is holding this trade up right now. Why have the Eagles not closed the deal yet? The answer is in the NFL's salary cap rules. If Philadelphia trades A.J. Brown before June 1st, the hit to the team's salary cap increases by an additional $20 million. $20 million. That is the number that is freezing everything in place. And Howie Roseman is definitely not the type of general manager who throws $20 million in the trash. After June 1st, the rules change. The financial impact of the trade can be spread over 2 years, dramatically reducing the immediate burden on Philadelphia's books. Waiting is literally worth $20 million, and now you understand why the trade has not happened yet. And there is more. On the Patriots side, New England holds the 31st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. But according to Schefter's reporting, that pick alone is probably not worth the $20 million extra the Eagles would have to absorb in a pre-June trade. The Patriots are going to need to put more on the table to get this deal done, whether that means additional picks or other assets. And the longer the Eagles wait, the more leverage Roseman builds. This is a patience game that he knows very well, and the Patriots know that time is on Philadelphia's side. Looking at the bigger picture, my friend, Philadelphia won the Super Bowl and now faces the classic dilemma of every championship team. How do you keep the competitive window open with a salary cap that keeps getting tighter? Letting go of A.J. Brown is a calculated bet. But it is a bet that could be costly if the Eagles do not make up for the loss with additional moves, whether in the 2026 draft. On the other side, for the New England Patriots, this trade would be transformational. Vrabel is rebuilding the franchise, and a wide receiver of Brown's caliber would send a clear message to the entire league. At 28 years old, Brown is at or very close to his peak. Playing in a system built around him, alongside Vrabel, he could return to the highest level of production in his career. In the NFC East, the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders are watching this Philadelphia offseason very closely. Any weakening of the Eagles' offense is a window for the division to breathe, and Roseman knows he cannot afford to let that happen. With June 1st approaching fast, my friend, with negotiations between the Eagles and Patriots about to pick up intensity, with the role of Jalen Hurts' #1 receiver still unsettled, and with $20 million separating today's trade from the right time to close it, I want to know what you think. Are the Eagles doing the right thing by waiting until June? Is the Patriots' 31st pick enough? Or is Roseman going to squeeze more out of this negotiation? And do you trust that Devonta Smith can lead this offense successfully? Leave your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.